everybody? How's it going? Alright, settle down. First off, before I start, I'd like to apologize to my parents. You never taught me to speak like this, but whatever. My name is Brian Zuwanich. I am 27 years young. I'm a waiter, which is just, it's soul-crushing. My previous job was cool. I was in sales, pot and cocaine. I wasn't very good at it, but I happened upon a class called Dealing and Pimping 101. God bless UCLA Extension. The prerequisites for the class were that you had to have an arrest record, and you had to have failed 4 or more drug tests within the past 6 months. So I enrolled right away. I found it to be very informative. I learned how to look like a harmless accountant while driving at 3 a.m. And I also learned how to stash money and assets, but most importantly, I learned how to survive in prison without giving up my ass cherry. No drugs. But eventually I grew tired of it, and I wanted to make the big bucks, so I became a waiter. Here I am trying to stand up to sort of vent my frustrations a little bit, because why pay a shrink to listen to your problems when you can force a whole room of people to? I told my dad that I was going to give stand-up a try, and he was like, "That's good, Brian. I think you'd be good at that." Which, come on. The standard textbook answer for an overly supportive father. I think he genuinely believes that I can be anything. I could call him tomorrow and tell him I want to juggle dildos for a living, and he'd be like, "You know, I always thought you'd excel at that. There was this one time when you took your mother's dildo, when you flung it into the air and caught it with your teeth." And I was like, this kid's got a lot of talent. Or he's gay as fuck. No, I love my family, though. I can do no wrong by them. Same with my dog. She loves me. She's not going to look at me with shame in her eyes because I stuck my dick in the couch. She loves me, and she'll help clean up the mess. I'd do anything for her. For example, I took her to the vet because they'll groom her for $20. And this nurse comes up to me and says, "Mr. Zuwanovich, Mr. Zucchini, your dog's perfectly healthy, but I can see here she's due to have her anal glands expressed, or she could run the risk of cancer." I was like, "Doc, if you have an employee that'll go in there willingly, then sure, have at it." She's like, "Okay, I'll just need a payment for $350 for the procedure." Whoa! First of all, it's not a procedure, Doc. We both know what you're doing. Second of all, you want me to pay you $350 to finger my dog? I'll express my own dog's asshole with a melon baller and a pair of dishwashing gloves to save $350. She'll never come to me again when I call her, but at least she'll be healthy. No, she's a good girl. She's dead now, so I must have really screwed the pooch on that one. The only female company I keep now is my girlfriend of 5 years, which can be infuriating. All she watches are reality TV shows. They bug the hell out of me. They're all the same. Here, I'll sum up every reality TV show for you right here. Drunk guys fighting, rich girls complaining about how unfair their lives are. Nobody knows what I've been through. You feel for them, too, because life's got to be hard when you're rich, beautiful, famous, and live in the most powerful country in the world. I swear to God. There's a 15-year-old girl in India watching The Hills in her black and white TV in a roofless house going, "I'm glad I'm not that bitch." So I got caught masturbating the other day. Oh, come on. Get off your high horse. The shitty part was that I was on the toilet at the time. Now, I know what you're thinking. What a time saver. I like to multitask, you know? I'm saving daylight here, okay? You gotta consolidate. I'm not allowed back in the house for a while, so I've been spending a lot of time with my friends. My friends are cool. Love them. They have millions of stories. Who knows how many of them are true? But they're all such huge potheads that they're the worst storytellers. So they'll tell me stories like, "Hey, Brian, listen to this shit. I picked up this hooker, right? Hot. Little pricey, but hot. We park in the parking lot, and she says to me the most amazing thing ever uttered by a human being. You're not even going to believe it. It's too unbelievable. It's the most unbelievable thing ever uttered by a human being. I'm like, dude, get to the point. It's like, okay, all right. So she looks at me, and she says, with a straight face, without even batting an eye, she says, shit, I forgot. Anyways, we fucked, which was good. The stories I don't mind so much. It's the advice people try to give you. Unsolicited advice. Bad advice. Like someone said to me, you know something, Zoolander? You should live every day like it's your last. Okay, but then what? You wake up the next morning, you lost your job because you fucked your boss's wife, you got a warrant out for your arrest, and you spent every dime you had on hookers and drugs, only to wake up and find that your shitty little life is now much longer and exponentially more shitty than the day before. That's such bad advice, too. 6 billion people in the world can't live every day like that. It'd be fucking chaos. Now when somebody gives me bad advice, I look them dead in the eyes and I say, eat shit, and that's Mr. Zoolander. I get angry a lot nowadays, so I gotta find my laughs wherever I can get them. Like the Dos Equis commercials. Like the most interesting man in the world. You guys seen these? Yeah! Genius! Yes! They refer to some legendary old man by saying things like, his blood smells like cologne. His beard alone has experienced more than a lesser man's whole body. If it's raining outside, he's thinking of something sad. He is the most interesting man in the world. Stay thirsty, my friends. That's genius. You know something? I would kill to see the gay version of that. You can take any 2 articles of clothing and make a complete outfit with matching scarf. Chaz Bono got a sex change in order to have a shot with him. He once jerked off 8 men. At the same time, he is the most fabulous fag in the world. And they pan over to Elton John and his cum-covered face. Stay thirsty, my friends.